Witches, wizards, and even sneaky muggles, welcome back to the channel. If you are here, that means you're at least a little curious about the magical world of Harry Potter, and honestly, who wouldn't be? Before we check in on our favorite characters, let's start with some spellbinding facts about the series itself. It all started with the book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone for our UK friends, written by J.K. Rowling. It was published in 1997, and from there Hogwarts fever spread like wildfire. The books became a global phenomenon, selling over 500 million copies and being translated in the 80+ languages. Which means Harry has been defeating Voldemort in almost every language, except maybe Parseltongue, but let's not rule it out. And then came the movies. The first film, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, hit theaters in 2001, introducing us to Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, who went from regular kids to world-famous wizards faster than you can say
Wingardium Leviosa.
Over the next 10 years, we got 8 incredible films, finally wrapping up with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 in 2011. And just like that, an entire generation grew up with wands, spells, and unrealistic expectations about how cool school should be. And I know many of us have a big question: will there be more Harry Potter? While J.K. Rowling hasn't written a new Harry Potter book, the Wizarding world is far from over. A brand new Harry Potter TV series has been announced and is set to premiere in 2025 or 26. That means a whole new cast, fresh takes on the characters, and of course a return to Hogwarts. And now grab your broomsticks, check for any stray howlers, and let's take a trip back to the Wizarding world to see where our favorite characters ended up after the Battle of Hogwarts. Let's start with the brilliant book-loving Hermione Granger, played by none other than Emma Watson. But how did she land this legendary role? Let's take a look. Emma was born on April 15, 1990, in Paris, France, but she grew up in England. When Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone hit the big screen in 2001, Emma was just 11 years old, the perfect age to play Hermione. And here is the cool part. Before Harry Potter, she had never acted in movies before. She was discovered through school theater and completely impressed the casting directors. And just like that, she became one of the most famous young actresses in the world. After the final Harry Potter movie in 2011, Emma didn't slow down. She starred in several big films, including The Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Blink Ring, and Noah, but her biggest role post-Potter was playing Belle in Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast. The movie was a huge success, and Emma's performance was magical. Emma isn't just about movies, she is also known for her activism. In 2014, she became a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador
and the UN Women's Global Goodwill Ambassador, Emma Watson,
and launched the He for She campaign, promoting gender equality. Now let's talk about her personal life. Emma has dated quite a few well-known guys over the years. She was linked to financier Jay Barrymore, musician George Craig, actor Johnny Simmons, Oxford student Will Adamovich, rugby player Matthew Jan, tech entrepreneur Mark Knight, Glee star Court Overstreet, businessman Brandon Walls, entrepreneur Leah Robinson, and Brandon Green. Not bad, Hermione Granger. In 2017, Emma's private photos were leaked online after her phone was hacked. The images weren't scandalous, just personal moments from her daily life. but it was still a huge invasion on privacy. She handled it with grace and stood up for online safety. Today, Emma is 34 years old and has taken a break from acting to focus on other passions. She is involved in business, environmental work, and women's rights activism. She also joined the board of Kering, the luxury fashion group behind Gucci and Balenciaga, to promote sustainable fashion. And now what next for Emma? She hasn't officially left acting, so we might see her on screen again in the future, but one thing for sure, whether in the movies or real life, she'll always be a strong and inspiring woman. Alright, once at the ready, we are talking about one of the greatest witches to ever walk the halls of Hogwarts, Maggie Smith, the powerhouse behind Professor McGonagall. Maggie Smith was born on December 28, 1934 in England. Her love for acting started young, and by the time she was in her 20s, she was already stealing scenes on stage, and let's be real, she was born to be a legend. By the time she joined Harry Potter, she had already been acting for over 50 years. Before stepping into her wizarding crops, she starred in countless classics. Her breakout roles, The Prime of Miss Jane Brody in 1969, which won her an Oscar, then came Murder by Death, 1976, California's Youth, 1978, which earned her a second Oscar, and Rome with a View, 1985, Sister Act, 1992, and The Secret Guardian in 1993. Basically, Maggie was already British acting royalty when she arrived at Hogwarts. In 2001, at 66 years old, Maggie stepped into the role of Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And let's be honest, could anyone else have played her? Absolutely not. With her no-nonsense attitude, fierce loyalty, and soft spot for her students, she became one of the most beloved characters in the series. While filming The Half-Blood Prince, she was battling breast cancer, but she powered through and finished the movie. She later said that working on Harry Potter helped her push through the illness. Talk about Gryffindor bravery. After Harry Potter wrapped up in 2011, Maggie didn't slow down. She went on to start as a Sharp Tongue in Downton Abbey, a role that won her multiple awards and gave us some of the best one-liners in TV history. She also starred in The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel in 2011 and The Lady in the Wind 2015. As you can see, she kept acting well into her late 80s. Maggie was married twice, first to actor Robert Stevens, with whom she had two sons, Chris Larkin and Toby Stevens. Both became actors. Later, she married playwright Barley Cross, who sadly passed away in 1998. Unlike some celebrities, Maggie kept her personal life private. She wasn't on social media, didn't give many interviews, and honestly that just added to her mystery. But we do know she was a huge fan of theater, often attending plays and supporting young actors. And here's some fascinating facts. She is one of the few actresses to have won 2 Oscars, 5 BAFTAs, 4 Emmys, and a Tony Award. Talk about talent. Despite playing such a fierce character, she once admitted she had never actually watched the Harry Potter movies. Well, we'll let it slide. On September 27, 2024, at the age of 89, Maggie Smith passed away peacefully in London. Tributes poured in from fans, fellow actors, and even King Charles, who called her a national treasure. Maggie Smith might have left us, but her performance will live on forever. And let's raise our wands in honor of Maggie Smith, because legends like her never truly leave us. Alright, Slytherins, this one's for you. it's time to talk about one of the most iconic bad boys of the Harry Potter series, Draco Malfoy. Love him or hate him, you cannot deny he made Hogwarts way more interesting, and behind the slicked back blonde hair and constant sneering, the talented Tom Felton. And let's take a deep dive into the man who brought Draco to life. Tom Felton was born on September 22, 1987, in England. Before Harry Potter, Tom was already acting. He appeared in movies like The Barriers in 1997 and Anna and the King in 1999. So, unlike some of his co-stars, he wasn't completely new to the industry when he walked into the wizarding world. And here is an interesting fact. Tom originally auditioned for both Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, but with his natural charm and, let's be real, his ability to look like a smug rich kid, the casting directors knew he was perfect for Draco Malfoy. At just 14 years old, Tom stepped into the role of Hogwarts' most famous Slytherin.
Draco Malfoy.
Slytherin!
Giving us over a decade of iconic eye rolls, sarcastic remarks, and dramatic cape swooshes. Once Harry Potter wrapped up in 2011, Tom didn't just vanish into the Forbidden Forest. He kept acting in movies like Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011, The Flash 2016, and Origin 2018. He even played a soldier in The Forgotten Battle in 2020. But let's be honest, no matter what role he plays to us, he always beat Draco Malfoy. And now let's talk about his personal life. Fans have always been curious about his love life. Over the years, he has been linked to a few relationships. Jade Olivia from 2008 to 16, Tom dated Jade, who actually played Draco's wife in the Deathly Hallows. They were together for almost 8 years before split. Roxanne Dania. Tom might be secretive, but fans have connected the dots. He and Roxanne have been spotted together multiple times, even vacationing together. While he hasn't confirmed anything officially, let's just say the internet loves playing detectives. And then, of course, there are never-ending rumors about him and Emma Watson. Tom and Emma have always said they're just very close friends, but Emma once admitted that she had a huge crush on him when they were younger. Today, Tom is still acting, making music, and fully embracing his Harry Potter legacy. In 2022, he released his memoir, Beyond the Wand, where he shared behind-the-scenes stories and his own personal struggles. Whether you were Team of Slytherin or not, one thing's for sure, Tom Felton made Draco Malfoy unforgettable. Alright, Potterheads, it's time to raise a tankard of butterbeer, cause today we are talking about the man, the myth, the half-giant legend himself, Rubeus Hagrid. And behind the wild hair, the massive coat, and that unforgettable "You are a wizard, Harry" was none other than the incredible Robbie Coltrane. Let's take a trip down memory lane and celebrate the man who brought Hogwarts' most lovable gamekeeper to life. Robbie wasn't always wrangling giant spiders or sneaking baby dragons into his hut. He was born on March 30th, 1950 in Scotland, and no, he wasn't half giant in real life, just a towering talent. Before Harry Potter, Robbie was already a star. He kicked off his career in stand-up comedy, yep, that's real, then moved into acting. Some of his big pre-Hogwarts roles included Roger in 1993, a British crime drama where he played a sharp but troubled psychologist. This role actually won him 3 BAFTAs. GoldenEye in 1995 and The World Is Not Enough in 1999. That's right before Hagrid, he was in James Bond, playing the Russian gangster Bounty Joukowsky. Nonsense Around in 1990, a comedy where he, wait for it, dressed up as an aunt.
It's our day off of 18 year.
So by the time Harry Potter rolled around, Robbie wasn't just an actor, he was a legend. When casting for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, J.K. Rowling had one request. Robbie Coltrane had to play Hagrid. No auditions, no second choices, just him. And honestly, can you imagine anyone else in the role? At 51 years old, Robbie stepped into Hagrid's massive boots, and for the next 10 years, he gave us some of the most heartwarming, hilarious, and emotional moments in the entire series. After Harry Potter wrapped up in 2011, Robbie didn't slow down. He continued acting, lending his voice to animated films like Brave in 2012.
Are you scared, simpering jackanapes? Afraid to muss your pretty head?
And making TV appearance. But let's be real, no matter what he did, he was and always will be Hagrid in our hearts. Robbie was known for his humor, warmth, and no-nonsense attitude. He was the kind of guy who could tell a hilarious joke one minute and drop some deep wisdom next. Unlike Hagrid, Robbie didn't keep a collection of dangerous creatures in his backyard. But he did have a fascinating life off-screen. He was married to Rona Gamble and they had 2 children together. He also had a love for cars, especially vintage ones. And he was awarded an Order of British Empire in 2006 for his services to drama. On October 14, 2022, at the age of 72, Robbie Coltrane passed away. Tributes poured in from fans, co-stars, and J.K. Rowling. But perhaps the most touching moment was when people started sharing his own words from the Harry Potter 20th anniversary special.
The legacy of the movies is that my children's generation will show them to their children. So you could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but don't you think on it for 1 minute. But Hagrid will. Yes.
And that is exactly how we'll remember him. A legend, a giant, and always Hagrid. Alright, it is time to talk about the one and only one Harry Potter. The lighting scar, the glasses, and you're a wizard Harry moment. He is the heart of the entire series, and behind the magic, the incredibly talented Daniel Radcliffe. Believe it or not, Daniel wasn't born in a cupboard under the stairs. He was born on July 23, 1989 in London, England. His acting journey started young. At just 10 years old, he landed his role as a young David Copperfield in 1999. And then came 2000s and everything changed. Finding the right actor to play Harry Potter was no small task. The filmmakers auditioned thousands of kids. Then one night producers saw Daniel. They knew immediately that kid was Harry Potter. At 11 years old, Daniel officially became the face of one of the biggest franchises in movie history. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone hit theaters in 2001, and suddenly Daniel was the most famous kid in the world. Over the years, he grew up on screen, starting as a curious orphan discovering magic and becoming the brave hero who defeated Voldemort. And let's be honest, watching Daniel literally grow up in real time made this series feel real for the entire generation. After the Harry Potter wrapped up in 2011, Daniel didn't hit the brakes. He went all in on some of the wildest, boldest roles out there. Instead of playing it safe, he took on projects that shocked and proved he was far more than just the boy who lived. The Woman in Black 2012, a chilling horror film where he plays a tormented widower. Harry Potter? Nope. Full-grown horror star? Absolutely. Swiss Army Man 2016, where he played a talkative corpse. Yes, you hear it right. Guns Akimbo 2019, the one where he has guns literally bolted to his hands and runs around in the bathrobe. Weird, the Ali Yankovic story in 2022, because of course, after playing a wizard, the next logical move was portraying the weird Ali Yankovic. And the best part, he's having fun with it. Daniel has said multiple times that fame isn't his thing, he just wants to act and take on cool, weird projects, and honestly, we love him for it. Unlike Harry, Daniel isn't battling dark wizards in his free time. Instead, he keeps his life pretty low-key. He's been in a long-term relationship with Erin Dark, an actress he met on the set of Kill Your Darling. In 2023, they welcomed their first child together. Harry Potter is dead, guys. And fun fact, he doesn't even have social media. Yep, while the rest of us are scrolling, Daniel is out there, just enjoying life. These days, Daniel is still acting, still picking roles that surprise us, and still embracing his Harry Potter legacy. He might not be waving a wand anymore, but he shows up at Harry Potter reunions, interviews, and fan events. He is grateful for everything the series gave him, and once he said, "It's amazing to know that for the rest of my life, people will come up to me and say, 'You were a huge part of my childhood.' That's really special." Whether you grew up watching him, still rewatch the movies every year, or just appreciate his insanely unpredictable career, one thing's for sure, Daniel Radcliffe will always be our Harry Potter. Alright, Potter fans, get ready! We are diving into the story of the one and only one, Ron Weasley. The red hair, the freckles, the endless supply of sarcasm. He is Harry's right-hand man, the king of loyalty, and let's be real, he gave us some of the funniest moments in the series. And behind the magic, the incredible Rupert Grint. Let's dive into the life of the guy who brought Ron Weasley to life. Before Hogwarts, who is Rupert Grint? Unlike Ron, Rupert didn't grow up in a wizarding household with a million siblings. He was born August 24th, 1988 in England, and while Ron dreamed of making the Gryffindor team, Rupert had a different childhood ambition. He wanted to be an ice cream man. Finding the perfect Ron Weasley was no easy task. They needed someone with spot-on comedic timing, natural chemistry with Daniel and Emma, and the ability to scream when faced with giant spiders. Rupert, a huge Harry Potter fan, really wanted the role, so much that he sent in a self-made audition tape dressed as his drama teacher, performing a rap about why he should be Ron.
Oh there, my name's Rupert Grint.
And guess what? It worked. At 11 years old, Rupert landed the role, stepping into the shoes of the beloved, brave, and sometimes hilarious Ron Weasley. And when Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone hit theaters in 2001, Rupert became an instant star. Over the next 10 years, we watched him grow from the nervous first year to the hero who faced his biggest fears and finally won Hermione's heart. Rupert didn't hit the brakes after Harry Potter, instead he took a sharp turn into the unexpected. From war dramas to crime thrillers, he built a career full of surprises. In 2012, Into the White, a war drama where he plays a British pilot stranded behind the enemy lines. 2017, Snatch, a TV series where he transforms into a sleek hustler in London's underground crime scene. Servant, 2019, a chilling psychological horror. Rupert has spent his past years proving he's far more than just the lovable redhead from Gryffindor, breaking expectation and making his own mark in Hollywood. And now let's take a look at his personal life. He's been in long-term relationships with actress Georgia Groom. In 2020, he became a dad. That's right, Ron Weasley has a daughter named Wednesday. He once bought an ice cream truck, yes, the childhood dream, and gave out free ice cream to kids. Where is Rupert Grint today? These days, Rupert is still acting, still taking unexpected roles, and still embracing his Harry Potter legacy. He's shown up at fan events, Potter reunions, and even made an Instagram account in 2020. One day he said, "I feel an ownership over Ron. I love the books, I love the movies, and I'm immensely proud to have been a part of it all. The boy who was always there, whether you love his one-liners, cheered for his big moments, or just appreciate how much heart he brought to the series. One thing for sure, Rupert Grint will always be our Ron Weasley." Alright guys, as we're wrapping things up, it's clear that Harry Potter is filled with iconic and unforgettable characters. If you wanna see a part 2, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe.